Welcome to Viking Recreation in East Bridgewater, Massachusetts for this semifinal match in the going back to 2007 in the Massachusetts South Shore Candlepin Tour. This semifinal match features Skip Easterbrooks versus John Zappi, and Skip begins with a 10 on lane 5 here at Viking. Skip used to be known as Mr. Comcast in the days of the Comcast Candlepin Challenge because of his frequent appearances on the show, one of which was against yours truly, and he sent me packing in pretty short order, threw a good game at me. Skip always a consistent bowler and a really high-scoring bowler on many occasions. And Skip will be open in the second box after beginning with a 10. Skip is from Plainville, Massachusetts, right near the Rhode Island border. Skip with a 10, so he's got 20 after 2, and he will give way to John Zappi. John, I'm sure, is no stranger to any of you who follow the circuit regularly because he's won just about everything in candlepin bowling over the last 10 or 15 years. He's been Bowler of the Year on the WCBC Tour, and there is a strike. That's he wastes no time in showing why he's won a lot of things. As I say, he's been Bowler of the Year. He's won the Easter Classic. He's been on the winning team in the World's Team Tournament, and won a lot of Pro Series events as well, and many TV appearances. A standout in the Friday Night Pro League. And after beginning with a strike, he hits the head pin a little full and ends up with a 6 drop and then a 7 on the strike. So he'll be out to an early lead in this match. And that'll be a 9. That gives John 26 after 2, as you'll see on the scoreboard. John Zappi with a 6-pin lead over Skip Easterbrooks after 2, and Skip will come back up on lane 5. Nice ball by Skip in the 1-3 pocket, dropping 8. Leaving a 4-7 with some wood. Not likely to have much trouble with it, and he does not. Skip is on the board in this match. Over on the to the right of this match, you'll see Jay COVITZ, who is bowling against Bob WHITCOMB in the other semifinal match. The winner of this match will face obviously will face the winner. The two matches will face off in the finals. Skip with a 7 drop on the spare. And we will show you that final match because I had it. I had the tape recorder going. Skip with a nice bid on that triangle, but he gets a little bit too much of the 2-pin, and it doesn't go. So he'll be open in the 4th box. That's a 10 for Skip. Skip has got 47 through 4. As John Zappi returns. And John misses the head pin left, leaves a 1-3-7. Difficult leave, but not impossible by any means. And you see Bob WHITCOMB 2 lanes over to his right. Bob bowling against Jay COVITZ. Jay in the previous round defeated yours truly in a match you saw the other day. John Zappi with an 8 box in the 3rd. He'll move over to lane 6. John is a member of the Maria Subs team that has won the World's Team Tournament. I'm not sure how many times, but they certainly have won it. And they're always one of the teams to watch out for, the top 3 or 4 contenders every year in that event. Still are, even 13 years later. John punches out the 1-8-9, very, very difficult leave, but with the 5-pin, it's possible. And he makes a nice bid on that. That's exactly, that's why it's not as difficult to leave as a spread eagle, because you can get that 5-pin to kick over and take out the other side, and he gave it a good try. Nonetheless, that's a 9 box. So through 4, Skip Easterbrooks now leads by 4 pins, 47-43, and there is a strike in the 5th by Skip. Let's take another look at this on replay. This is a solid high flush 1-2 pocket hit, which is really kind of probably the good side for Skip, because he comes from a little bit left of center despite being a right-hander. So that strike, and wow, almost a double. That was just almost a carbon copy of the strike he threw in the 5th. Not quite able to get the 7-pin. See if he can make it 2 marks in a row. He's got it. So marks in the 5th and 6th by Skip. John Zappi with a very light hit on the 1-2 side. He's got 7, 9, and 10. Some wood that he's looking over. Might be able to use it to make the spare. Get the wood to take the 7 and the ball go over and maybe take the 9 and possibly the 10. Not quite though. The ball didn't do anything for him, and although the wood came off the wall, it ended up going in front of the 9 and 10. So that'll be a 10 box for John in the 5th. So he's got 53, and as of this moment, he is down by 14. 67-53 through 5. And if you remember that Skip Easterbrooks had a spare in the 6th, so John Zappi doesn't want to get too far behind. And there is a strike. That's a great way not to get too far behind. Let's take another look at it. It's sort of a medium mixer, kind of a wall shot there. It goes down very quickly. So now if you look at the scoreboard through 6, Skip Easterbrooks still has that 14-pin lead. He's got 77 with a ball. John Zappi with 63 plus the strike in the 6th. So he's got 2 bonus balls to throw. Skip with a nice 1-3 pocket hit, but he doesn't have much to show for it. Just a 6 drop, and he's got that 5, 8, 9, 10 piece of wood in front of the 5 that he might be able to use, but it's going to be difficult to get all 4 of these. And nice try, but the wood didn't really do much for him. It just kind of bounced off the 5-pin, and neither the 8 nor the 10 was at all concerned by his efforts on that ball. So it'll be an open box. Skip will take a 9. He's always very good at pinning the 9s and 10s. Doesn't leave a lot of pins on the deck. Very important in a close match. So Skip with 92 through 7. He fires in the 8th. 1-2 pocket hit. He drops 6, leaving the 3, 5, 6, 10, sometimes called the check mark. Difficult leave. See what he can do with it. Nice bid by Skip. Just a little bit too light on the 3. 3 goes in front of the 5. So he will be open in the 8th. and that'll be a 10 box. So the door is slightly open for John Zappi as he fills the spare that he had in the 6th, and he drops 8. Looks like that's, I think that's an 8. I'm looking at the same grainy video that you are as I do this editing, so if I get a score wrong, it's just because it's hard to see. And there's another spare by John Zappi in the 7th. That's pretty important. That cuts the lead of Skip Easterbrooks to 10 pins through 6 completed frames. It's Skip had 83 through 6 and John with 73. And so now John has a chance to cut into the lead further. He's actually cut one more off the lead because of the 9 box. So that's an 8 fill. So that cuts the lead to just 1 pin through 7. And John Zappi with a spare leave here, so he can actually, well, he can take the lead with that spare right there. Let's look at the scoreboard again. As you can see, Skip Easterbrooks with 102 through the 8th and John Zappi with 101 plus the bonus ball. So John will probably take the lead on his first ball of the 9th box, meaning that Skip needs to put some more pressure on him, if at all possible. And good ball by Skip on the head pin, but a little bit too full, and he leaves the 2, 4, 6, 7 difficult split. And he's not quite able to catch the 2 pin, so Skip will be open in the 9th. Again, it's so important to pick pins in a tight match. And again, Skip does that reliably. He does not waste anything. So that gives him 111 through 9. So it would be kind of imperative for him to get a mark in the 10th in order to put a little bit of pressure on John Zappi. And there is a clutch strike in the 10th by Skip Easterbrooks. Let's look at this again. High, flush, 1-3 pocket hit, and the 5 and 8 are the last 2 to go. That was right on time. Now what he wants to do is maybe throw a double if he can, or at least put a big fill on it. Misses the head pin, drops 5. So Skip has one more ball, and he'll be just trying to fill out that strike in the 10th and see what he can do by way of a final score. That'll be an 8 fill for Skip. That gives him a 129. And this is kind of an interesting situation. This means that John Zappi, if he gets a 9 drop on this, a 9 fill on the spare, would be able to win without getting another mark. But if he doesn't, then he's going to need another mark in the somewhere in the 9th and 10th in order to win the match. And he misses the head pin and only gets 7. Again, I think that's a 7 drop on the grainy video. So that means that he's going to need to make another mark, either this one or in the 10th, in order to win the match. He's got the 1, 3, and 5. And let's see if he can do it. If he doesn't do it, he could lose. And he's got it, though. That is a clutch spare by John Zappi. That's why he is... now he's done that many, many times when it's an important spot. He's very cool. So John needs a good fill here in order to he could secure the win. And that is a 6 drop, and that is actually, that's exactly enough, because that gives him 124 through the 9th. So he would, even without doing anything more, he would have a 130. So even if he doesn't knock anything down, he'll win this match. And he's got a 9, so that gives John a win, really clutch win in this semifinal match against Skip Easterbrooks, as he accepts some congratulations, and he'll move on to the final against Bob Whitcomb. Taking a look at this, look at those 4 marks in 6, 7, 8, and 9 by John Zappi. That is really some clutch bowling in engineering this 133 to 129 win over Skip Easterbrooks in the semifinals of this Massachusetts South Shore Tour event at Viking Recreation.